Luqas, Luke chapter 10. And after this the master appointed 70 others and sent them 2 by 2 ahead of him into every city and place where he himself was about to go. Then he said to them, The harvest indeed is great, but the workers are few. Therefore, pray the master of the harvest to send out workers into his harvest. Go, see, I send you out as lambs into the midst of wolves. Do not take a purse, nor a bag, nor sandals, and greet no one along the way. And whatever house you enter, first say, Peace to this house. And if indeed the Son of Peace is there, your peace shall rest on it. And if not, it shall return to you. And stay in the same house, eating and drinking whatever with them, for the laborer is worthy of his wages. Do not move from house to house. And into whatever city you enter, and they receive you, eat whatever is placed before you. And heal the sick there, and say to them, The reign of Elohim has come near to you. And into whatever city you enter, and they do not receive you, go out into its streets and say, Even the dust of your city which clings to us, we wipe off against you. But know this, that the reign of Elohim has come near to you. And I say to you that it shall be more bearable for Sodom in that day than for that city. Woe to you, Chorazin! Woe to you, Bethsaida! For if the miracles which were done in you had been done in Sor and Sidon, they would have repented long ago, sitting on sackcloth and ashes. But it shall be more bearable for Sor and Sidon at the judgment than for you. And you, Capharnaum, who are exalted to the heaven, shall be brought down to Sheol. He who hears you hears me. He who rejects you rejects me. And he who rejects me rejects him who sent me. And the 70 returned with joy, saying, Master, even the demons are subject to us in your name. And he said to them, I saw Satan falling from the heaven as lightning. See, I give you the authority to trample on serpents and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy, and none at all shall hurt you. But do not rejoice in this, that the spirits are subject to you, but rather rejoice because your names have been written in the heavens. In that hour Yeshua exalted to the Spirit in the Spirit and said, I praise you, Father, Master of the heaven and of the earth, that you have hidden these matters from clever and learned ones, and did reveal them to babes. Yes, Father, because thus it was well pleasing in your sight. All has been delivered to me by my Father, and no one knows who the Son is except the Father, and who the Father is except the Son, and he to whom the Son wishes to reveal him. And turning to his taught ones, he said separately, Blessed are the eyes that see what you see, for I say to you that many prophets and sovereigns have wished to see what you see, and have not seen it, and to hear what you hear, and have not heard it. And see, a certain one learned in the Torah stood up, trying him, and saying, Teacher, what shall I do to inherit everlasting life? And he said to him, What has been written in the Torah? How do you read it? And he, answering, said, You shall love Yah your Elohim with all your heart, and with all your being, and with all your strength, and with all your mind, and your neighbor as yourself. And he said to him, You have answered rightly. Do this, and you shall live. But he, wishing to declare himself righteous, said to Yeshua, And who is my neighbor? And replying, Yeshua said, A certain man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho, and fell among robbers, who, both stripping and beating him, went away, leaving him half dead. And by a coincidence a certain priest was going down that way, and when he saw him, he passed on by the other side. And likewise a Levite also, when he came to the place, and seeing, passed by on the other side. But a certain Shomeroni, journeying, came upon him, and when he saw him, he had compassion on him. And he went to him and bandaged his wounds, pouring in oil and wine. And having placed him on his own beast, he brought him to an inn, and looked after him. And going out the next day, he took out 2 denarii, gave them to the innkeeper, and said to him, Look after him, and whatever more you spend I shall repay you when I return. Who then of these 3 do you think was neighbor to him who fell among the robbers? And he said, He who showed compassion on him. Then Yeshua said to him, Go and do likewise. And it came to be as they went that he entered into a certain village, and a certain woman named Martha received him in her house. And she had a sister called Miriam, who also sat at the feet of Yeshua and heard his word. But Martha was distracted with much serving, and coming up she said, Master, are you not concerned that my sister has left me to serve alone? Speak to her then to help me. And Yeshua answering said to her, Martha, Martha, you are worried and troubled about many matters, but one only is necessary, and Miriam has chosen the good portion, which shall not be taken away from her.